Welcome to the podcast, The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. High level thoughts. Fantastic stories broadly applicable to the success in life thought through a bit overwhelming in scope and heavy to work through. That said, it was banned from US regions for a reason. Summary notes. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Make your master appear more brilliant than they are, and you will attain the height of power. When it comes to power, outshining the master is perhaps the worst mistake of all. Never take your position for granted and never let any favor you receive go to your head. Lord, never put too much trust in friend. Learn how to use enemies. But hire a former enemy and he will be more loyal than a friend because he has more to prove. In fact, you have more to fear from friend than from enemies. If you have no enemies, find a way to make them. Since honesty rarely strengthens friendship, you may never know how a friend truly feels. Friend will say that they love your poverty, adorable your music, envy your taste in cloth. Maybe they mean it, often they do not. The key to power, then, it is the ability to judge who is best able to further your interest in all situations. Keep your friend for friendship, but work with the skilled and competent. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Use decoyed object and desire and red herring to throw people off scent. Hide your intention not by closing up with the risk of appearing secretive and making people suspicious, but by telling interestingly about your desire and goal, just not your real one. You will kill their three birds with one stone. You appear friendly, open, and trusting. You conceal your intention and you send your arrival on time consuming while to good judge. Use a smoke screen to discourage your action. This derives from a simple truth. People can only focus on that one thing at the time. It is really too difficult for them to imagine that the bland and harmless person they are dealing with the simultaneously setting off something else. As Kierkegaard wrote, the world want to be deceived. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. One oft told tale about Kissinger involved a report that Winston Lord had worked on for days. After giving it the King Kissinger, he got it back with the notation, "Is this the best you can do?" Lord rewrote or published and finally resubmitted it back. It came with the same code question. After redrafting it one more time and once again getting the same question from Kissinger, Lord snapped, "Damn it, yes, it's the best I can do it." To which Kissinger replied, "Fine, then I guess I'll read it this time." Persons who cannot control his words so that he can't control himself and unworthy of respect. But the human tongue is a beast that few can master. It strains constantly to break out of its cage, and if it is not tamed, it will run wild and cause you grief. Power cannot occur to those who squander their treasure of word. Power is, in many ways, a game of appearance, and when you say less than necessary, you will inevitably appear greater and more powerful than you are. Learn a lesson. Once the word are out, you can't take them back. Keep them under control. Be the particularly careful with the scare, the momentary satisfaction you gain with your biting word will be outweighed by the price you pay. Law 5. So much dependence on reputation guard it with your life. Always be alert to be potential attack and the what them before they happen. Meanwhile, learn to destroy your enemies by opening holes in their own reputation. Stand aside and let public opinion hang them. Doubt is powerful weapon. Once you let it out of the bag with insidious remorse. Your opponent are in a horrible dilemma. Once you have a solid base of respect, ridiculing your opponent both put him on the defensive and draw more attention to you, enhancing your own reputation. Law 6. Court attention at all cost. Surround your name with the sensational and scandalous. Better to be slandered and attacked than ignored. Every crowd has a silver lining. At the start of your career, you must attach your name and reputation to be quality, an image that set you apart from the other. Create an air of mystery. Reminder, most people are on front can be read like an open book. Take little care to control their word or image and are hopelessly predictable by simply holding back, keeping silent, occasionally uttering ambiguous phrases, deliberately appearing inconsistent, and acting odd in the sublet of which you will emanate and aura of mystery. The people around you will they magnify that aura by constantly trying to interpret you. Do something that cannot be easily explained or interpreted. Law 7. Get other to do the work for you, but always take the credit. No notes. Law 8. Make other people come to you. Use bait if necessary for negotiation or meetings. It's always wise to lure other into your territory or the territory of your choice. You have bag if you have your bearings while they see nothing familiar and are subtly placed on the defensive. Law 9. Win through your action, never through argument. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy or unlucky. When you suspect you are in the presence of the infector, don't argue, don't try to help, don't pass the person on to your friend, or you will become enhanced, flee and infector presence or suffer the consequences. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Law 13. When asking for the help, appeal to people's self interest, never their mercy or gratitude. Law 14. Pose as a friend, work as a spy. Law 15. Cross your enemy totally. Law 16. Use absence to increase strength and honor. The more you are seen and heard from, the more common you appear. If you are already established in a group, temporarily withdrawal from it, it will make you more talked about, even more admired. You must learn when to leave great value through scarcity. At the start of an affair, you need to heighten your presence in the eye of other. If you absent yourself too early, you may be forgotten. But once your lover's emotions are engaged and the feeling of love has crystallized, absence inflames and excites. Give no reason for your absence, excite even more. Law 17. Keep other in suspended terror. Cultivate an air of unpredictability. Too much unpredictability will be the seen as the sign of indecisiveness or even a more serious psychic problem. Patterns are powerful and you can terrify people by disrupting them. Such power should only be used judicially. Law 18. Don't build a fortress to protect yourself. Isolation is dangerous. Law 19. Know who you are dealing with. Don't offend the wrong person. Law 20. Don't commit to anyone. Do not commit to anyone but courted by all. When you hold yourself back, you incur not anger but a kind of respect. You instantly seem powerful because you make yourself ungraspable rather than succumbing to the group or the relationship as most people do. People who rush the support of the other tend to gain little respect in the process. for their help is so easily obtained, while those who stand back find themselves besieged with the supplicant. Don't commit to anyone, stay above the fray. Remember, you have only so much energy and so much time. Every moment wasted affair subtract from your strength. Law 21. Play a sucker to catch a sucker. Seem dumber than your mark. Given how important the idea of intelligence is most people vanity, it is crucial never inadvertently to insult or impugn a person's brain power. Law 2022. Use the surrender tactic. Transform weakness into power. People trying to make a show of their authority are easily deceived by the surrender tactic. It always you first instinct to react, to meet aggression with some other kind of aggression. But next time someone pushes you and you find yourself starting to react, try this. Do not resist or fight back, but yield, turn the other cheek bend. If you surrender instead, you have an opportunity to coil around your enemy and strike with your hands from close up. Law 2023. Law 23. Concentrate your forces. Intensity defeat extensity every time. Law 24. Play the perfect courtier. The law of court politics. Avoid ostentation. Practice non-challengeable. Challenge. Be frugal with the flattery arranged to be noticed. Alter your style and language according to the person you are dealing with. Never be the bearer of bad news. Never affect friendliness and intimacy with your master. Never criticize those above you directly. Be frugal and asking those above you are further. Never joke about the appearance of. Just do not be the quote cynic. Be self-observation master. Your emotion feed the spirit of the time. Be the source of the pleasure. Law 25. Recreate yourself. Be master of your own image rather than the letting others define it for you. The world wants to assign you a role in life, and once you accept the role, you are doomed. Remark yourself into the character of power, working on the yourself like clay should be one of the your greatest and most pleasurable life tasks. The first step in the process of self-creation is the consciousness, being aware of yourself and actor and taking control of your appearance in emotion. The second step in the process of self-creation is variation on the George Strand strategy. The creation of the memorable character one that compels attention that stand out above the other player on the stage. Law 26. Conceal your mistake, have scapegoat around the blame. Make use of the cat's paw. Law 27. Play on people's need to be believed to create a cult-like flow. 5 rules of cult making. Keep it vague, keep it simple, emphasize the visual and sensational over the intellectual, borrow the form of organized religion on a structure, group discuss, and your source of income set up and us BS them dynamic. Law 28. Interaction with boldness. The bolder lie, the better. Line circle the resist prey. Boldness strike fear, fear create authority. Going halfway with half a heart dig or deeper grab. Hesitation create gaps, boldness obliterates them. Audacity separates you from the herd. When you are small and obscure, David was, you must find a Goliath to attack. The larger target, the more attention you gain. Law 29. Plan all the way to the end. Law 30. Make your accomplishment seems effortless. Law 31. Control option get other to play with the card you deal. You give people a sense of how things will fall apart without you, and You offer them a choice. I stay away and you suffer a consciousness. Or I return under the circumstance that I dictate. Color the choice. Propose three or four choice of action for each situation and would present them in such a way that one he preferred always seen the best solution compared to the other. Force the resistor, push them to the choose what you want to them to do by appearing to advocate the opposite. Alter the playing field. The shrinking option variation on this technique is raised to price every time the buyer hesitates and another day goes by. This is an excellent negotiation play to use on the chronicle intensive who will fall for the idea that the data are getting a better deal today than if they wait till tomorrow. The weak man on the precipice. This tactic is similar to the color choice, but with the weak, you have to be more aggressive, work on their emotion, use fear and terror to propel them in the action. Try reason, and they will always find a way to proportionate. Brother in crime, you attract your victim to some criminal scheme creating a bond of blood and guilt between you. Horn of dilemma. The lower lead the witness to decide between two possible explanations of an event, both of which poke a hole in their story. They have answer. Lawyer question about whether they say they hurt themselves. The key to this move is strike quickly. Denying the victim the time to think of an escape as they wriggle between the horn of the dilemma they dig their own grave. Law 32. Play to the people's fantastic. People rarely believe that their problem arises from their own mindset and stupidity. Someone or something out there is to blame the other, the world, the God, and so slave action come from the outside as well. Law 33. Discover each man thumb screw. Everyone has a weakness, a gap in the castle wall. That weakness is usually in insecurity, uncontrollable emotion, or need. It can be also be small secret pleasure either way. Once found in the thumb screw, you can turn to your advantage. Finding the thumb screw, pay attention gesture, and unconscious signal. Find the helpless child. Look like their childhood. Look for the constraints, and our trait often reveal its opposite. Find the weak link. Feel the emotion. Void feed on their uncontrollable emotion. Always look for passion and obsession that cannot be controlled. What people can control, you can control for them. Law 34. Be royal in your own fashion. Act like king to be treated like one. Law 35. Master the art of timing. Law 36. Disdain things you can't have. Ignoring them in best revenge. You choose the lead thing bother you. You can just and easily choose not the notice irrigating offender. To consider matter trivial and authority of your interest that is powerful. Desire often create paradoxical effect. The more you want something, the more you chase after it. It more eludes you. The more interest you show, the more you repel the object of your desire. This because your interest is too strong. It makes people awkward, even fearful, uncontrollable desire make you seem weak, unworthy, pathetic. Law 37. Create compelling spectless. Law 38. Think as you like but behave like others. If Machiavelli had prize of disciple, the first thing he would have recommended him to do would have been write a book against the Machiavellism. Law 39. Steer of waters to catch fish. Anger and emotion are strategically counterproductive. You must always stay calm and objective, but if you can make your enemies angry while staying calm yourself, you gain decided advantage. Law 40. despise the free lunch. The worth of money is not in its possession but its use. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Within a group, trouble can most often be traced to single source, to the unhappy and chronically dissatisfied one who will always stir of the tension and infect the group with his or ill is before you know what hit you. Dissatisfaction spirit act before it become impossible and distangle. Once you recognize who the strider is, pointing it out to the other people will accomplish a great deal. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Remember the key to persuasion is softening people up and breaking them down gently. Seduce them with the true propaganda and approach work on their emotion and play on other intellectual weakness. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. When you mirror your enemies doing exactly as they do, they cannot figure out your strategy. The mirror effect mock and humiliates them, make them overreact. By holding up mirror and their psyche, you seduce them with the illusion that you see their values. By holding off mirror to their action, you teach them lesson. 45. Preach the end to change but never reform too much at once. If changes is necessary, make it feel like a gentle improvement on the past. Even while people understand the need for change, knowing how important it is for institution and individual to be occasionally reborn, they are also irritated and the upset by change that affect them personally. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. Enemy create silent enemies. It is smart to occasionally display a defect and admit the harmless voice in order to deflect enemy and appear more human and approachable. Don't try to help or do favor for those who enemy you. They will think you are considering to them. Law 47. Do not go past the mark you aimed for. In the victory, know when to stop. No. Law 48. Assume formlessness by taking shape. By having a visible plan, you open yourself to attack. Instead of taking a harm for your enemies to grasp, keep your other table and on the move. Accept the fact that nothing is certain and no law is fixed. The best way to protect yourself is to be fluid and formless as water never be on the stability or lasting order. Everything changes.